Hello world, this is RandomFix and I have my camper van behind me, and in about 24 hours this van will not be mine anymore. So this video is going to be about a sad subject for me, which is going to be how to sell your van. So if I don't act too enthusiastic, please forgive me, but I'll give you guys my 5 tips to getting your van sold, and stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to give you guys my 5 tips on getting the van sold. If you guys are in a similar situation, maybe you're selling it because you're moving, which is my case. And I understand selling your van is actually an emotional process. So I'm going to give you guys my 5 tips here. And that way you guys have good luck in selling your van and you guys meet a cool buyer that deserves your van, because it takes a lot of energy actually building your own van, and it becomes almost a piece of you because you remember how badly your hands hurt when you built it. So let's get into the 5 tips, guys. So selling your van takes as much preparation as getting your van built, and it's all about getting the prep work done. So this is making sure that all the little things around the van work. If there is a concern, you want to go ahead and get it handled. That way the new buyer knows exactly what they're getting, and they're not going to have to go spend a lot of money on your van and then go down to a shop to get that issue solved, because you know what the issue is and you know how to fix it. Go ahead and get this fixed. So prep work is really key, and part of prep work is going to be the detail. So I have had to wash this van twice to get it ready, and honestly, washing a van is not a 5-minute challenge. It takes a couple of hours, and you have to clean the inside, the bathroom, make sure everything's spotless, as you want to give them really good feelings about buying the van. And they can easily imagine them in the van because of the condition of it. So getting everything to work, cleaning the outside, cleaning the inside. Step number 2, and I'm going to give you guys examples of this from my own sale, is going to be pictures. So you really are going to have to spend some time and effort taking good pictures. So you're going to have to get yourself a digital camera, and it's not going to be something off your phone, guys. If you're shooting this on your phone, I would highly suggest that you get a digital camera like an Nikon or Canon with the actual lens. Go down to an area that has some shade and it's near sunset or basically sunrise, and you want to take some really good pictures and capture as many pictures of the van as you can. And one thing that I found that was really helpful with my situation was the fact that I basically shot a video. So I explained how everything worked in the video. And so when people would inquire about the van, I would send them that video. And a lot of times they understood how the systems worked, and they were a lot more confident in engaging with me. So shoot a video, and I would not just stop at regular 2D video. And I know there's nothing wrong with shooting with your phone, guys. I'm actually shooting this episode here with my phone. If you can, invest $200 in a 360 camera. A 360 camera is really going to make your video just pop on YouTube. Upload the video straight to YouTube. And the ones that I'm recommending to you, you don't need to edit them. So you basically are just going to go and start a video in 360, and you let the person know this is a 360 video, and to look around and swipe left to right if they're on their browser. And that video will get you so many views, and you'll get so much interest. And it's much better than paying an advertising company $250 to advertise your van, when you can go ahead instead invest $200 in a 360 camera, and it will do the job. If you guys need a recommendation, check the video link down below on a 360 camera, as I do this for a living and I shoot real estate photography, and there's some really cool cameras for cheap. And I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that footage right now, just so you guys can kind of get an idea on what I am actually talking about here with the 360 video tour. So here is a 360 video, and once the video is actually playing, everybody can actually browse and check out any part of the van they want, and it makes it really engaging. And I would highly suggest this, and just kind of gives a better feel of the van, and you can be in the video. It's not just an image. And if they're watching this on their phone, they can go ahead and basically look at the floor with their phone, and they'll view the van's floor, or they can look at the ceiling. This is a quick view of the exterior that I show at nighttime. And for number 3 is basically sites. Where are you going to advertise your van? So I advertise my van on Facebook, Craigslist. There's going to be a van camper website, which I'll have a link to in the video description. And there was also other platforms out there that were very expensive, like RV Trader. They were charging upwards of $250 to go ahead and advertise my van. So I find that really hard to swallow. So I would not recommend spending that much money on advertising. I did take out 2 ads on Craigslist, and I boosted my van camper for $10. So in all, I spent $20 on advertising my van. And if you really do your prep work, guys, I'm telling you guys, the van is going to sell. And pricing the van is going to be key. Since I only had 5 tips, now I'm going to have to go ahead and add an extra tip in here. So it's going to be my 6 tips to getting your van sold. So number 4 is going to be pricing. So when it comes down to pricing your van, you need to look at a couple of different things. You need to look at the base price of the van, if you have a van built that you built yourself, and how much you paid for that van. Number 2, you're going to have to go ahead and calculate out for the depreciated or appreciated value of the parts you bought. So I bought my stuff during COVID times. Some of the stuff is more expensive, some of the stuff is less expensive. And it really depends on what nice stuff you got. So if you got cheap material, you're going to have to depreciate the value of what you put in. If you have high quality batteries, and there's a lot of them, which I've actually done in this van, you want to go ahead and appreciate that, as it's going to be really hard to compare vans when one has a 100 amp hour battery and one has 1120 amp hour batteries. So you want to make sure that those key features are really going to be highlighted, and the buyer knows exactly how to operate that, because then they're going to see the value in it. And then third, you got to look at your time. So you bought the van, you bought the material, and who installed it? If you installed the material yourself, did you work for free? I don't. So what I did is I compensated my time in here, and this really took me 28 days of actual work to do from start to finish. And the first couple of days I even had helpers. I was paying them $40 an hour for 2 days, but when they stopped showing up, I went ahead and just took it into my own hands and just started going full throttle. I would wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and stop about 8 o'clock at night, and it was really, really tiring. I spent so much time researching on how to build some of the stuff, trips to the store. It was a lot of effort to get this van completed, so you want to get compensated for that. So make sure you get the base price of the van, get the totals of the materials that you put into the van, and number 3, calculate how much your labor is actually worth on the market. Because when I got this van here, I called a couple of outfitters, and just for some basic stuff, they wanted $35,000, and I was going to have to wait months. And it took me about a month just to get an appointment. That is definitely worth something. If you're paying for insurance and payments, maintenance, having a van sit around with the empty cargo area costs time and money and space. So keep that in mind. And number 5 of your goals should be, once you have good pictures, it's online, it's advertised, you got to price correctly, is making sure you have an engaging conversation with the buyer and get rid of the people that are just tire kickers. So if you have somebody reach out to you and they say they want to sell you the money, you guys know you're going to get scammed. So get rid of that by asking for a time to meet, and you want to do a WhatsApp, a face call, whatever it takes to get them on the phone. Maybe it's just a conversation. Send them that link to the video. And once you go ahead and do that, you got to go ahead and use your gut instinct. As I'm picking up the buyer today from the airport, and he's going to give me a cashier's check, I have to go ahead and trust him that that cashier's check is real. My van is real. I can touch it. However, I have been scammed before. Even a cashier's check can be forged. When I was younger, somebody sent me a fake cashier's check, and it's not a fun experience, and you do not want to go there. So always use your gut instinct. Get them on the phone. Make sure that they understand the lingo and what they're buying. And if they ask you if their brother or sister can come and check it out, then that's a red flag to me. Because if somebody's going to be spending this much money, why don't they want to get on the phone with me? Why don't they want to do a WhatsApp or FaceTime video with me? Behavior like that from buyers should make you wonder. So be very careful who you're dealing with, and you want to meet them and see their eyeballs before you go ahead and sign anything over to them, and keep it face to face whenever possible, guys. Number 6 is going to be paperwork and smog. So I live in California. When I sell a vehicle here to somebody in California, I have to give them a smog. The buyer that's buying this van is from Michigan. They don't need a smog over there. So that's not a concern for me. So you need to know where you're located and where the van is going to be sold. If that buyer was located in Nevada, even though I live in California, it is my responsibility to give him the smog, because Nevada requires a smog. You want to know that. You also want to go down to the DMV and get yourself a Reg 262. That's what the form is called here in California. It's a bill of transfer and reassignment form. This form is actually copyrighted, and I'll try to show you guys towards the end. And you cannot print this form, which really sucks, as taking a trip to the DMV is just one more thing that you have to do to go ahead and sell the van. And then with the paperwork, you want to make sure you keep a good trail on what happens to the van, as I know this buyer is going to go and drive it across the country, so he's going to go through toll roads. And obviously, if it's a $6 toll, I don't mind paying it for the guy because he's visiting. But if he's going to go through $500 worth of tolls, I don't want to be responsible for that, and I want to have their release of liability and the bill of sale there in case I have to prove that it is no longer my van as of that date. So if you guys got any questions, please leave them down below. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, because I really put a lot of effort into recording all of this for you guys on YouTube when I was building the van. And in case you guys are watching other videos and these guys are basically hating, saying, well, they wish they didn't buy the van, I can tell you guys honestly, buying the van has been one of the best experiences in my life, especially with my kids. The fact that I got a chance to travel all over the country with them and just see how beautiful the country is was an amazing experience. My youngest kid, Cyrus, used to ask me, Dad, how big is America? And once we were on the road, he literally answered his own question. And I remember we were sitting in North Dakota, and I said, Cyrus, you asked me how big this country is. Please see for yourself, right? And so we had this big blue open sky and nothing but great memories in the van. And honestly, if I get a chance to do this again, I am going to redo the same exact thing. I am not going to go buy an RV. My first RV experience was horrible, if you guys are new to the channel. And basically, the RV sat in the service department for half of its life. And yeah, I don't want to go there, but it was not a cool experience. When I built this van, guys, just kind of give you an idea, even though I've been through 24 states, I haven't had one issue with it. Nothing has broken. No doors have opened up on me, spilling oil, and everything has worked. And since I know exactly what went in the van, if anything does break in 5, 10, 15 years, the buyer can call me and I can let him know where I got it from, and he can get a replacement. That easy. Make it a great day, guys. I appreciate you guys, and wish me luck. And I'll try to record some of the video with the buyer. And if they're comfortable, I'll show them. If they're not, I'll go ahead and just show their shoulders down for you guys. Hey everybody, so I'm here with the buyers and they are checking into their hotel, and it's actually been a really good experience meeting them and getting to spend a little time with them, as we had some crazy traffic and they could not be a nicer couple, as I've really enjoyed the time with them. And I'm gonna go show them the van now, then we're gonna go out to dinner. That way the kids get a chance to meet them, and it makes this moment a little bit more special. So if you guys are going to sell something, why not finish it off with some good vibes? And that way you know it's going to be in good hands and that somebody else is going to make lots of memories. If you guys want to check out that whole van build right here, please do so, as it's going to have all the videos. And I think by the end, when I'm done with this, I currently have close to 40 videos. You should see upwards of 60 videos, and it'll go through everything in detail. Come on back. And there it goes.